All right, folks. We had to get him back on, and we need to clap it up for this man. Howie, Alex Howard has been an absolute beast all year on the LCFP. Howie, you've been on Washington since day one. You've been on the Penix train since day one. You have been on Kalen DeBoer's train since day one. And we want to give you all the credit in the world here from the LCFP Nation to say, bro, you deserve this. Even if Washington loses in the Natty, you have talked about them all year. You had them beating Oregon both games. I mean, bro, mad respect. Howie, shout out. Thanks for jumping on to talk all things Washington.
Laner, it's good to be here, and we're gonna do this one for the YouTube folks. We're gonna do a little quiver, a little bow and arrow for Penix.
Yes, sir.
The the dude's just been electric. Washington's been amazing. They have weapons all over the place, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I got to give you a ton of credit. This is a team that everybody seemed to overlook. Most people, even going into conference championship weekend, after all year, Penix has shown us that he can throw absolute dots. I think they have the best receivers in the country. Kalen DeBoer is a winner, four-time NAIA champion, just won at every level. They've got the current largest, longest winning streak in NCAA football, right? I think they're approaching 30-game win streak. I mean, they are just balling out right now. And of course, they're playing a very good opponent in Michigan, but you have stayed the course with them. Even going into conference championship weekend, everyone was saying Oregon's going to win. They get their second chance. That first win was a fluke. Dan Lanning was too aggressive with the play calling. They went for it on fourth too many times. You've stuck with them. What have you seen in Washington that's made them so special this year?
Yeah, I mean, ever since week 10, when the first college football ranking came out, and they put Washington at 5 and Florida State above them, I just felt like this team had been undervalued the entire year. The numbers that Michael Penix has continued to put up, I don't care who the Pac-12 opponent was, I don't care who their non-conference opponent was. It has been consistent. It has been exciting. It has been energetic. They have done it on both ends of the field when they need to. As you saw with that last defensive pass breakup against Texas to win it, uh, they just get it done when it needs to be done. They find the play when they need to make a play. Uh, Penix has been one of the best, just letting it fly. I mean, I don't know another quarterback in the league, NFL. I don't NFL, NCAA that can throw a a ball like that to a receiver that doesn't look open. I mean, those receivers are hip to hip with a defender, and that thing is dropped in a bucket, and it hasn't been. And it's not just like he's come on of late. I mean, Penix has done this week after week, and if you look at some people were iffy on him after Utah and Oregon State, a close one against Oregon State, Washington State too as well. And there's might be talks that maybe Penix wasn't healthy. I know there's talks about maybe a rib injury and a potential broken rib, and those are stuff you don't know. I mean, if it's on an injury report or he's not out, you don't necessarily know that. He could have just been playing through it. I think he's got the toughness, the mental toughness, the physical
Yeah,
toughness, and it's not just him; it's everybody on the team.
absolutely. Man, you talk about some of those throws and man, the aggressive play calling all year. A lot of people just watched this semifinal game and they're looking at Kalen DeBoer going, "Why are you passing the ball with 4 minutes left in the lead?" Dude, they've played that way all year. They've trusted Michael Penix Jr. It's not conventional to pass the ball at the end of the game, but they've got the advantage. They've got a top tier quarterback, a guy who I think is soaring up the draft boards right now. And I think they have the best receiving core in the country. And you talk about those passes. How about that pass with about 4 minutes left down the sideline? Drop that ball in a bucket. I mean, Howie, that pass was sick, no?
I mean, it's perfect on the dot. It's just one of those you're like, you're waiting for him to make a mistake. You're waiting for something just to happen where it's like, oh, that was the forced shot right there to bring Texas back into this game, and it just never happened. I mean, Texas defenders were just, I mean, they couldn't get their head around fast enough, and that ball was there. And we talked about him dropping the ball in the bucket. I watched plenty of highlights today as I was watching the Pat McAfee show. Like they were showing highlights. I mean, he's throwing slant routes in between two defenders on a dime, like
Yep.
right now. And it's quick. It's like 100 miles an hour right at the chest plate. Like if you don't catch it, that thing's bouncing back to the line of scrimmage. Um, and it's just the consistent play. And, uh, Michael Lombardi, who was a former NFL GM, was on Pat McAfee show, and he was talking about Penix as well. And he's like, he's a little stiff, maybe in the lower body, but it doesn't take away at all from the arm talent and the ability just to put it right there. And he's talking like he should be a top 2, top 3 quarterback in this draft, and
Wow.
should be right up there with Caleb Williams and Drake May.